So I told everyone to go out and in some way acquire the book Modern Magic, 11 Lessons in the High Magical Arts by Donald Michael Craig. Again, I get no money. He doesn't even know I exist, and I'm sure he would appreciate the patronage. Is there things wrong with this book? Yes, but they're extremely minor, and most of the information that is semi-iffy is in his historical and in his not so important topics that he brings up. The rituals, however, are very important, and he does a very good job in relaying how to do them, and a semi-okay job on explaining why you should do them. I'm going to talk about the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, which for a ceremonial magician is absolutely a cornerstone, if not the cornerstone, in a ceremonial magician's training. Some people even drop the lesser banishing and just call it the banishing ritual of the pentagram. It's not a lesser greater. This has to do with lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram means that you are banishing a lesser area. It has no whatsoever meaning on lesser or greater in the terms of value. All you are doing is performing a minor but vital ritual that is almost like waking up and doing, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups. The overall implications and value that you will get from doing this every day goes across the board into terms of your magical strength, in terms of your security, in terms of your astral sight, and in terms of your astral presence. All four and much more, including areas of clairvoyance and clairaudience, including areas of channeling, all open up because you perform this very simple ritual every day. So I'm going to give you key components. I'm not going to give you the entire ritual because I want you to go seek out this information. I want you to start learning how to be a magician so you can use the information that I've collected, that I've worked with for the last 20-ish years. And so you can make this a practical application and plug my stuff in and make it all that much more effective and really honestly just start taking back the astral world. Give them no room. You can't give any room for the Illuminati or the reptilian agenda to operate. The less room they have, the less footing, the less foundation, the less strength. It's all very simple. So this is one of those rituals that will put you on the launch pad, and it's something that you'll come back to every single day. The danger of the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram is the danger of all other rituals, which is this. The moment you start performing magical ritual, you light up the astral plane. It is a gigantic sign that says, I am developing power. I have power. And so it's like this big neon light that everything around you goes, oh, wow, okay, and then is interested in what you're doing. Now, here's the secret. That's happening anyways, okay? You would rather know something's happening than not know, all right? Ignorance is not strength, okay? Regardless of what, a brave new world will tell you, ignorance is not strength. Ignorance is death. So, most people will call and say, but Bearhard, when I do the lesser banishing of the ritual, everything knows I'm around. Well, that's true, but they know you're around anyways. The only other option you have is to be completely so ignorant and so dull, which, you'd fall into most people who go to Walmart, that, it would be like if a tiger walked past a rotting pig corpse of 7 weeks full of maggots and a giant monkey took a shit on it. That tiger probably wouldn't want to eat that carrion. However, translated, that carrion, that pile of disgusting decaying flesh is what most astral bodies of Americans look like, okay? It's not helping you. You're not going to help them, but you're useless. So essentially, they don't have to come get you because there's no point. And you're not a concern, and that's not going to help you anyways, because the state of your astral body reflects deep within the state of your physical body. Do you see what I mean? So you would rather clean yourself up and get tempting, but protect yourself. Okay? So, doll yourself up, get big, get strong, but make sure you have the protections in place so that things can't just come in and start messing with your astral body. The more you are aware of your astral body, the more you can tell when things are happening. So, if you're not a giant, decaying pile of dung on the astral world, things are probably taking notice of you. And for the most part, when you do wake up, things are going to be there. We've already talked about this as part of the Faustian Pact, this is part of those shadow people ideals. When you do wake up, they're already there waiting for you anyways to scare you back into, your submission. So doing the lesser banishing ritual, the pentagram, banishes them from your astral space and your physical space. It banishes them for a good 24 hours-ish. That's a good call, is about 24 hours. Is it exactly? I don't know. But once a day is protocol. Twice a day if you feel really, really attacked, okay? But once a day, I've, only a couple times have I ever done it more than once a day on a regular basis. I do it every time I prepare for a ritual. I do it anyways. But once a day, if I have nothing else going on, wake up, do it, takes me 5 minutes, okay? It banishes those things from your space. Now, I've really sort of taken care of the individuals and the entities that have tried to keep me in my astral doldrum years and years ago. So I do it mainly now just to keep other little things away from me. I don't need, it's like if you rid your town of a bunch of gangsters that, held like a stranglehold on it, that's good. But you don't need anything else creeping back in and eventually growing that strong. So this is kind of what it is. You banish the itty-bitty little stuff, and then you can work on the big stuff. Okay? Now, here's the thing. When you banish things, even the big things have to leave. You can be ready for them when they come back. And if anyone's ready and up to that, let me know. We can talk about that. But I guarantee you, it's a scary process. Astral world battles are not make-believe. They are not all in your head. You do have sometimes physical repercussions that happen from engaging in them, but eventually you're going to have to do it anyways. The world is being strangled by a financial, occultic, and evil elite. Eventually the world's going to have to throw those individuals off. So you're in the fight whether or not you want to be. All right, all these people are saying, I just don't want to fight. I just don't want to do anything. I just me. And that's great, so just roll over and die, because that's what you're saying you want to do, okay? Gone is the day of choosing the side. You are either with it or you're not with it. And that's your choice, obviously. I mean, yes, I guess you are choosing a side, but if you're not in the social elite, you're not going to be part of the social elite. So, think about that. Okay, enough of the rambling. Let's get to the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. Lesser banishing of the ritual of the pentagram that I know and from which the book talks about. First, you start with growing your astral body. You grow it past the size of the earth and well within the quiet space of the universe. In fact, you grow it so big that the Earth and the entire solar system beneath you becomes a barely noticeable speck of light. What this is doing is it's creating your astral presence. It's exercising, it's expanding your astral senses to be able to, one, imagine that, but two, begin to really step into that size. Size means nothing per se on the astral world, but humans equate big, powerful, small, weak. That's not always the case, okay? I mean, I know some 120-pound Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys that are scary, all right? Now, I happen to be very, very strong, so, I'm not 100% worried about them, but they can take a bigger guy and really dismantle them. And unfortunately, I know some big guys that are really nothing more than walking marshmallows. So, but in the energetic world of symbolism, big, strong, small, weak, 99% of the time. And in this category, you want to be able to expand your astral awareness to gigantic proportions. This is the exercise. That's why you do that. Now, on a deeper level, what you're doing is you're expanding your astral body to encompass your own spiritual universe. As we always talked about, God within the circle. When you step into the circle, when you create your own miniature universe, you are God. In a way, you are becoming God of that universe. You are placing yourself as the central intersection of that universe. That intersection will run through what you would normally know as your heart center. That is the intersection. So, that is why you expand yourself to that size. And there's a very quiet stillness that comes from being that big, being in the center of a gigantic, swirling, silent universe. There's a weird sense of power that comes from that. That's also intended for you to experience and for you to meditate on. When you begin to formulate that brilliant sphere of light above your head, that is your own divine spark, your connection to Prime Creator. Really meditate on that too. That is your personal spark. That is what gives you the right to become God of your own circle. There's a big connection with that, and it's real powerful to understand that not only is that Prime Creator, not only is that, within the Tree of Life Kether above you, but that is your own personal spark. No one else's. No one else sees the same. No one else will see the same. So you realize that you are indeed connected to Prime Creator, and you are growing into your highest potential. Again, this is information that I've never heard released. This is stuff that they talk about in high-level magical orders that I have been asked to join, but these orders are not of your best interest. So I've said no to them, not because I knew what they were about, but this is the same kind of stuff they talk about. So they want them to know that they are connected to a high, powerful divinity, and then want to somehow remove you from that connection. Forge your own connection. That is one of the major ways to do it. Now, the performing of the Kabbalistic cross, that's something that you can do without the rest of the ritual, on a daily basis if you would like to do it as well. This creates balance inside your energetic body. So, if you have been working with Mars a little too much, or you've been working with Netzach or Venus a little bit too much, or whatever, this begins to restore your balance upon the central channel. Humans are born of the middle channel. This is where they operate most comfortably. This is the channel that or the pillar channel that they should really, really develop first. Then you can start working strongly with other Sephirot, strongly with other paths, because your foundations are strong. The middle pillar from the bottom up is Malkuth, is Yesod, which is the lunar current, Tipareth, which is the solar current, and Kether, which is the heavenly Uranus current, which is the current of Prime Creator. Your body, your physical body, your spine is the middle pillar, all right? Your feet are planted within the earth. They touch the kingdom. Your sexuality is within the astral world, which is Yesod. Your heart is the sun, which is Tipareth, which is the center of the universe in both the solar system as well as the Kabbalic solar system. And Kether is the spot above your head which the brain and the mind meet. Very important to have that information. Very important to see your body in line with that Kabbalic tree of life, especially within the lesser banishing ritual, the pentagram, because within the Kabbalic cross, when you do that, you are creating equilibrium. I'll be right back with part 2.